Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw. The photograph is, it could very well be a color photograph, but it's rendered because you're photographing into the sun. So there's 1/3 of the image is just the sky with a very, very high cloud, mostly like sunny with cloudy periods, like very, very bright. The bottom looks like an ocean or a sea, and the focal point of the image is a figure, a human. I'm assuming it's you. I know it's you. It must be you. Caught flipping in a flip. And so you're hugging your legs. Your feet are pointing straight up to the sky. Your head is pointing straight down to the ground. And it's perfectly symmetric, like balanced, that it's just that you're upside down, like perfectly upside down. And what makes the image really kind of pop is that your complete silhouetted image in this crouched pose is in the line of the sunlight reflecting off the water. So whoever made this photo, props, respect. Like it was perfect.
That was me. I'm the cameraman.
Oh, you're the photographer.
I am.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so
who's flipping?
It was a weird thing. I mean, and that was, it's another example of like what I really enjoy about traveling. I had made plans to go with this woman. It was actually our first date.
Oh.
She was a neighbor of mine, and I have a friend in Oregon that had another friend that owned a condo on the island of Roatan, Honduras, which is about a 2-hour flight south of Houston. So, we organized this trip to go and meet my friend and stay at this condo for free in Roatan for a week. And so my neighbor and I bought tickets. We're all ready to go. And about a week before we were heading down there, my friend called me and said, "Hey, sorry, my friend's condo is under repair. I'm not going to go. He's not going. I apologize." And so here my neighbor and I are like, "Well, we've got tickets. Mm-hmm. Let's just go anyway and we'll figure it out." And nice. So we ended up staying at like this cool little beach shack resort that had this pier out in front that was like L-shaped. And so if you walked out, it took a sharp turn to the right. And at the end of the L, there was like a double-decker deck. It was like 2-story deck. Mm-hmm. And so my date and I were up there listening to music, just having some cocktails. And people would come up and jump off the top into the ocean down below.
Oh, wow. It looks high.
It was about, 20 feet over the water. Mm-hmm. And this 2 guys and a woman came up. And so they were running along the railing and jumping off. So there's I have a series of that guy in that image taken from the back as he ran along was sort of, just had my high-speed shutter going and just took random series of photos of him running and jumping off. And then his buddy jumping off. And then I moved around and switched angles so that I could, hopefully get him silhouetted by the sun, the sunset coming down. Perfectly. And it was just one of those things, it was like, oh my God, you don't know what you have until you open up your card and see what images you've got. And it was like, here, like I had every reason to not go on this trip. Mm-hmm. But my friend and I went and we made the most of it. And to be honest with you, I think that is my favorite photo of all time.
Oh, wow. Well,
it's just because the way it happened, it was just luck. And like I said in the beginning, it's just finding beauty in sort of mundane things. And that's really what I think photography can do.
Yeah. Well, like for example, one of the things that I kind of use as a thought experiment is to say, look, let's assume a photograph, the shutter opens and closes on average, let's say 1/60th of a second or 250th of a second, like in this image or whatever. And in effect, 1 second of real time could have 250 photos, Or 1 second of real time could have 60 photos, like for 1/60th of a second. In a way, isn't it amazing that, yeah, you made all these images and that this one moment that is just, everything lines up so perfectly. This one moment you manage to get, and it can inspire, and it can make people look again, and it can make people just kind of go, wow, like it just so thought-provoking, uplifting. So when I saw it, I just thought that was you and somebody was photographing you, and somehow they managed to get this absolutely perfect moment. But you're the photographer and you managed to get this absolutely perfect moment. But because the person is in perfect silhouette, that could be anybody. That could be any one of us. And I love it. It's such a good photo.
Yeah, and it's just,
a pregnant pause.
And it's just like the thing is sort of, things are upside down.
Yeah,
they can be upside down, but they can also be beautiful at the same time.
Sure,
it just goes back to how you choose to view what's going on around you. How you choose to perceive your own reality.
Well, look at you. You just lined up the next photo. I mean, better than that, I couldn't have done. So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw.